Greetings, adventurers! This is a recap of episode 1 of my Monster Mash stream that I do over on Twitch, where I turn a lower level creature into a boss encounter for a low level party with the help of my community. These streams happen every week on Friday at 7 p.m. Central US time, or GMT-6. This series is taking inspiration from a few things I've found on YouTube over the years. Zebashu's channel, Making Enemies in 5e Witchery, Matthew Colville's Action-Oriented Monsters, and Ghostfire Gaming's Making D&D Monsters Formidable. All of these, I've taken little bits and pieces that I've really liked, and have added into trying to use as inspiration for this series. Ghost. Creature 4. Medium, Ghost, Incorporeal, Spirit, Undead, and Unholy. Perception, +10, Dark Vision. Languages, any at New in Life. Skills, Stealth +12, and Dwelling Lore +10. Strength -5, Dex +3, Con +0, Int +0, Wisdom +2, Charisma +2. Boss Initiative. The Ghost has 2 turns in Initiative while it is not bloodied. Its second turn in Initiative is Initiative -10. Lair of the Ghost. At the start of Initiative each round, use Clutterstorm. Clutterstorm. DC 21 Basic Reflex Save. On a failure, take 1d12 bludgeoning damage, or double the amount on a critical failure. Rejuvenation. Divine. Completing the unfinished business of the Ghost, or salting and burning its remains, prevents the Ghost from rejuvenating in 2d4 days near its remains. AC 20, Fort +8, Reflex +11, and Will +8. HP 60, Rejuvenation, and Void Heal. Immunities, physical, except for salted and ghost touch weapons. Resistances, all damage, 5, except force. Weaknesses, spirit, 5, vitality, 5. Bloodied. While the ghost is at or below 30 HP, it is considered bloodied, and it gains access to the slimed action. Bloodied Transition. A reaction. The ghost, upon being reduced to or beneath 30 hit points, gains the invisible condition until the start of its next turn and uses the Lair of the Ghost 2 times. Ghostly Step. The ghost may step up to 15 feet. Speed. Fly of 25 feet. Melee 1 action, Ghostly Hand. +13, Agile, Finesse, Magical. Damage, 2d6 +2 Void damage. Malevolent Possession. 2 actions, Occult, Concentrate, Incapacitation, Manipulate, Mental, Possession. DC 21. The ghost attempts to possess an adjacent corporeal creature, forcing the creature to make a will save. On a failure, the creature becomes possessed, and the ghost takes partial control of the creature. At the start of the possessed creature's turn, it attempts another DC 21 will save. If it fails, it is controlled by the ghost for that turn. If it succeeds, it may take a DC 21 will save again to force the ghost out of its body, and then take its normal turn. When the possessed creature takes damage, the ghost must make a will save where the DC equals the damage taken by the possessed creature. If the damage is done by a strike with a ghost touch or salted weapon, it takes a -2 circumstance bonus to the save, and if the damage is spirit or vitality, it takes a -5 circumstance bonus to the save. Even if vitality normally does not damage this creature, the the ghost treats it as if it did. Slimed. 1 action, requires bloodied. The ghost may use Ghostly Step to move through a creature and cause the creature to make a DC 21 Fortitude save, or take 1d6 electricity, 1d6 void damage, and take a 15 feet penalty to their speed. Critical success, no damage, and no speed penalty. Success, 1d6 electricity damage and 1d6 void damage, and no speed penalty. Failure, 1d6 electricity damage, 1d6 void damage, and a 15 feet speed penalty. And critical failure, as failure, but double damage. And then a reaction, Invisible Jump, recharges on a 6. When the ghost is hit with a strike or spell, it gains the invisible condition until the start of its next turn and uses Ghostly Step. If the party is going to be having an encounter with a ghost, some allusion to this upcoming encounter might be fun, or some clues coming up that may inform the players of what they might soon face. finding ectoplasm from where a ghost phased through an object. Objects moved back into locations they were when the ghost still lived in that place, or an item alluding to the ghost's unfinished business. Some recall lore options for a ghost encounter, either before or during. Easy difficulty should be learning that salted weapons and radiant damage are a means of dealing with the ghost in combat. Medium would be its resistances and immunities. And hard would be its rejuvenation feature, along with the way of permanently dealing with the ghost is by salting and burning its remains, or by fulfilling its unfinished business. An item to lure a ghost would be items or people attached to the ghost's unfinished business. Special loot from a ghost. Specific loot or special loot that you might find from a ghost is likely just ectoplasm, as ghosts being incorporeal don't really have any items they can drop, unless you want to have an item that is hidden by them in their past life. Ectoplasm is slightly electrically charged leftover goo. You may use this in potions, maybe a potion of etherealness, or maybe a weapon oil to deal with other incorporeal undead, stuff like that. And that completes the recap of episode 1 of the Monster Mash streams. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please consider checking out the streams every Friday. You can find a link to them down below. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah!